UEffect is pleased to have Kenneth Dolin with us today. He is a well-respected photographer here in LA. You're known in Beverly Hills and Los Angeles as one of the photographers to go to for headshots. You've shot from Emmy nominees and winners to anyone you can imagine. And so how did you write your success story? What were those first steps that have brought you to where you are today?
I started doing it, and so much of it, like so much of what we discover in life, was not planned. It wasn't like I wrote the outline and knew how the story would end or where it would progress. I just started by writing chapter 1 and did the best I could, was the best I could be with people, did the best photos I could take. Always remembered something I read in a Michael Chertliff book years ago about auditioning. He wrote a book called Audition, seminal book for actors about auditioning. And the preeminent message throughout that book was find the love. So I just remember to try to find the love. I don't succeed all the time, but mostly I do. Treat people with love, do your work with love, make it a joyful and positive process. And I started shooting, and people started calling me saying, hey, we like what you did. Will you do it again? Will you do more? And kept doing it. And the story kind of wrote itself.
You actually created the Tao of headshots, and I think one of the first ones on that is knowing that it's about you and being able to show your true self through the eyes of a photo. And I think that's probably, it stems right into that.
Yeah, it does. I mean, a lot of people do headshots wrong, and they think it's about the outfit or the background
or the hair accessory.
Or the hair accessory. That's awesome. But, ultimately it's about the you of you. I don't want people to look at my shots and say, God, that's an amazing photo even. If it's too much about my photography, it doesn't work. That's for editorial photography or for fine art. I want them to look at the images and say, wow, what an amazing person. Almost forget the photography. And I think, that's maybe the fault of photographers because they fall in love with their own work. And that's why I always say my job is 90% about working with actors, 10% about photography. It's about you shining through in a really clean way with your eyes feeling alive and you feeling really connected. It's about the colors that live inside of you coming out. And if we do that, we win.
And it really sounds like in all the themes of our conversations that success really lies though in your core and being able to first accept yourself and being able to care for yourself and understand your own potential in order for others to acknowledge your potential and see it themselves. It all starts with you.
Absolutely. Because there's so much self-sabotage, and I used to be incredibly guilty of this. I'll tell you a true story, but I'll lie about the names so nobody gets in trouble. But when I was an actor back in the day, I did a play at a very, very, very well-regarded stage venue. I did a lot of theater. I loved it. And a very famous high-end venue, one of our few sort of respected national theater companies. And somebody came up to me after my performance and said, really nice work. And instead of saying thank you, because so much of what you do does lie at your core and your self-belief, I was such a self-flagellator, and I was so down on myself at that point in life. I destroyed a huge opportunity. And when he said, really good work, I said, really? I wasn't there tonight. I don't know. I just don't think I did well. And I don't know. I was so much more connected the other day. I wish you would have seen it the other day. And he looked at me. This is a beautiful life lesson. And he said, whatever. And he walked away. Another cast member who was in that play came up to me and said, do you know who that was? Who were you talking? You know who you were talking to? And I said, no, I'm not going to say the name. It was a very famous casting director. And they said, it's blah, blah, blah. I said, really? Oh my gosh. They said, what'd they say? And I said, they said they like my work. Call them, call them, call them. So the beautiful gift someone gave me, I'll try to make the story short. I called the office of this famous casting director. I said, hey, it's Kenneth Dolin. You saw me in a play last night. And thank you for your kind words. And I would really love to chat with you. Maybe I can come in. And of course, I got the secretary. And they said, well, we'll let him know you called. I got a call back. That's very rare. And this casting director, who will remain nameless, said this to me. They said, your work was really amazing, and I was sincere in my compliment, but you're not ready. And I knew what he meant. I was so self-flagellating, I didn't have at my core that belief in myself, which is why I beat myself up in front of him. that he was saying, you need to get your SHI blank together. You're not ready. How are we going to have you on set? How are you going to be someone we can have faith in? And what I should have done was smile and say thank you. And if I had more belief in myself at that time, I would have. So yeah, so much of what you believe about yourself at your core defines how other people will perceive you and their ability to believe in you. I had the gifts as an artist at the time. I didn't have the gifts of self-love.
And confidence.
Yeah. And now I do.
I think it's incredible for you to share some of that insight with us today.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I try as hard as I can every day. Trying is everything. We don't always succeed, but I try every day to do my best.
Thank you again.
You're welcome. People want to bring like a stethoscope and a doctor's smock to show I can play a doctor. And say, you know, who's your favorite actress? Who's yours?
Audrey Hepburn.
Then I would say, well, what would Audrey do? Would she wear a doctor's smock? Would she have to, if she had a lower end agent, they were like, you got to do cute and fake glasses, bye! You know, and then you got to drop the clipboard for your business shot. Would she do that? No.
No.
She'd have faith that the qualities that made her Audrey Hepburn live inside of her. If you have faith in that, it comes through and you win.
Till you break down the sweet